Hey everybody, it is Tuesday evening, beautiful evening. I notice the sun is kind of getting lower in the sky as our days begin getting shorter. So I guess before long I'll have to revert back to inside the house with incandescent lights and that kind of thing in order for me to be seen. Hey Allie, glad you tuned in. And Kim Headley, glad to see you. No, I am not Jack Hanna. And this is not Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. I'm just wearing Jack Hanna's shirt. It's just one of the most comfortable shirts that I have, so I just wanted to be comfortable and not sweat. Okay, we're going to get started. I got several things to tell you tonight, and I hope that you will find something interesting so that you can maybe see things in a different light. And that's my whole objective. Hey Isabel, I have a young watcher now that's on mommy's lap and she's waving at me, so. Okay, you know this person. This person is newly converted. They're extremely excited. They're wide-eyed. Hey Joshua, sorry. And they're so excited they want everybody to know what's happened in their life and what kind of a change is going on in their life. They're so annoyingly excited that we sometimes tend to move away from them and kind of shy away from them or not take their calls and that kind of thing. No, I'm not talking about a new network marketer. I'm talking about a new Christian. You've seen them, I've seen them, we've all seen them. Somebody that just gets it, and they're so excited that they got it, and they're passionate about it, and they go out trying to tell everybody what it is that has changed in their life. Now, the difference in that and a new person that gets into network marketing is very minuscule. A person that gets into network marketing that first sees the dream and they first get that buzz in their gut that this may be the vehicle that will just radically change their life. They're so excited about telling everybody, and they want to come tell friends first. And there's so many network marketing companies out there. I forget what the latest count was, but I heard a statistic the other day that every 22 seconds somebody joins a network marketing company. And we are not of shortage for network marketing company. They're out there. Hey Jeff, good to see you. But just like the newly converted Christian that I just described to you, none of us want to douse their fire. We wouldn't do that in a million years. That's why I think people avoid a person that is newly converted. I know when I first became and there's a whole nother video subject here, but when I first caught the vision of Christianity, I became the judge, jury, and executioner of other Christians, because I could point out your sins and your failings quicker than Wyatt Earp could pull a gun. and it just, it takes a while. It takes a while for somebody to get acclimated into that type of situation, as well as somebody that's in network marketing. Now, please don't misunderstand me. I'm not comparing network marketing to Christianity. I'm comparing a new Christian to a new network marketer, and that's where the similarities are. The thing about a person that just gets into network marketing, and again, I want you to understand that these people that get into network marketing are not generally business savvy people. They're just common people, everyday people that are just tired of the rat race. They're tired of working for somebody else's dream instead of their dream. And they get a little bit of a glimpse of what their life could be like if they could actually do this and succeed. So they are excited. They're wide-eyed, and they are wanting everybody to know. They get on their Facebook page, and everything you see is my network company, my network marketing, my product, my business opportunity, my network, and it just goes, and it kind of flows. But here's the other side of it. Just like a person who accepts Christianity for the first time, a person that gets involved with a network marketing company will simmer down at some point. Because during that first period that we all go through, we're just searching. We're searching for what works. We're searching for what fits. And because of that, we get a little irritating at sometimes. If you saw my promo, I mentioned the fact that I'm designing a new bumper sticker, and I'm going to tell you about it right now. Back in 1981, I moved to Houston, Texas, and I took a job as a recruiter for the oil field. Primarily, my area was engineers, and I think not because I was so dadgum smart that I could convince an engineer to come to work in Houston, Texas. I think it's more that I was from Michigan, and oddly enough, the University of Michigan turned out more engineer candidates than any school in the United States, because the big thing was offshore drilling, and they had a oceanographic department at the University of Michigan. So those guys were like prime beef on the hoof. I mean, we wanted those guys. But anyway, I digress. The oil boom at that time was huge, and especially in Texas, where oil is king, everybody was moving to Texas to go to work in the oil field. And I began seeing this bumper sticker showing up on the back of cars, and I'm going to clean it up to some degree, but I think you'll get the gist of it. It said, "Please don't tell my mama I work in the oil field. She thinks I'm a piano player in a house of prostitution." And I thought that was so funny because, obviously they're saying that mom would be more shocked at me working in the oil field than she would me playing the piano in a house of ill repute. So I'm going to devise or to copy that, and I'm going to have it say, "Please don't tell my mom I'm a network marketer. She thinks I'm a piano player in a house of prostitution." Because network marketing is probably the most maligned career choice that a person could make, short of being a drug dealer. And it's primarily because folks just don't understand it. As I've said in other pieces that I've done, there is a very dark history of some sort to network marketing. But like everything else, it's the negative that gets all the attention, not the positive. And the positive is that it is a very honorable career choice. It's a very honorable business, as long as me, am honorable in business. So that's the difference. But anyway, as I say before, new network marketers are not typically business people. So they're not savvy on marketing, they're not savvy on advertising, they're not savvy on how to approach people. You know, they didn't go to school to learn how to be a network marketer. They just decided at some point that, as I said, they see the dream, they get a glimpse of it, and they want to go for it. So at that point, for a network marketer, we're told and we're taught, and I teach a new network marketer to follow what we have already tried and proven that it works. So even within the same company, you're going to probably have at least a dozen different ways of doing the same thing. And I think the key for a new network marketer is going through all of those different ways, because with the internet now, all you got to do is Google whatever company you're involved in, and you'll find YouTube videos up the wazoo trying to tell you how to do what you need to do. And a new network marketer gets what we refer to as the shiny object syndrome, because one of the things I can tell you for a fact, I'm guilty of it, and I bet you everybody, if you talk to them and they're honest, everybody will tell you the same thing. We all would like to find the secret to doing this easy and with the least amount of abuse. And I'm talking about abuse from those of you that are not in network marketing. So we tend to bounce around looking for just the thing that fits us and just the thing that's going to make us into that next $1 million earner. And those of you that have seen my other videos and I've talked about that train, there's one coming. So when it comes, if it's too loud, I'm just going to pause for a minute and let it go on through. But I think you might get a kick out of this. He's probably 5 or 6 miles away now. But anyway, so we end up chasing those things. We end up chasing each different teacher that has a different idea. And everybody says, all you got to do is say this, 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 and this. And people will flock into your team. Well, that may be true for them. And obviously, you know, if they're successful in their business, hey Dan, glad you came on. If they're successful in their business, obviously they did something right. And I'm not any different than anybody else. I'm going to say, if they can do it, I can do it. So I'm going to try it. But it's like putting on a glove. You know as soon as you try it, whether it fits you or not. And the thing that I try and tell people is that this business is hard. So don't make it harder than it needs to be, and don't abuse yourself looking for the secret. So, but after this period, after a person goes through this period, and consequently, this is when 99% of the people quit. Because, and I cannot stress this enough, it's a hard business. It's so different than, just say you owned a shoe store, okay? If you owned a shoe store and your life was shoes, every person that you meet, the first thing you're going to look at is their shoes. And then the second thing you're going to do is try and convince them that they need to come see you and let you get them into a new pair of shoes. We're the same. If I know my product works, if it does what it says it's supposed to do, and if I know that it is backed up by research and by the company or whatever, then the first thing I'm going to do is start looking for people that could use my product. I was sitting in a coffee shop the other day, and a young lady was sitting at a table next to me, and I always kind of get a little, hey Annette, I get a little, I don't know, freaked out, I guess, about approaching women, obviously because I'm a man, and I don't want to appear as a stalker. But anyway, I was looking at this girl, and she was just very beautiful. I mean, her skin was very, very clear, and it just radiated off of her. So she was leaving, and she walked right by me, and I said, "Excuse me, could I tell you something?" And she said, "Sure." And I said, "You have the prettiest skin." And then I told her, I said, "I'm in the skincare business, so I notice things like that." And that's what we do. If you're in the laundry soap business, you're going to look for and listen to people that complain about their laundry, or obviously you're not going to pick out the guy that's got a dirty shirt and say, "Boy, could I ever help you?" But it's nearly like that. But as I was saying, it's during this time, that transition between the wide-eyed excitement and the long-term vision, there's a tipping point in there. And right before that tipping point, people get out of this business. Doesn't matter what, they could be selling gold bricks, and it gets too hard because they're right at that point that their vision is just not strong enough to keep them going for a long period of time. So that's when they drop out, and that's when most of their friends and their relatives are going to say, "I knew that deal wasn't going to work. I could have told you a long time ago. Could have saved you a lot of work, a lot of money." Well, thanks, but no thanks. Those that stick it out past that tipping point are the ones that are clear on what they want to do. They are clear on this being a business. It's not a get rich quick scheme. They're the ones that see the 3 to 5 years, making it in 3 to 5 years, but they see it and they get it and they continue on. As I said, they're in it for the long haul. They're not short timers. They're the ones that may take 2 to 3 years before they even get their first person to join their team, but they're still there. They're still plugging, and they're still trying to get better. It's those people that I admire, and it's those people that you should admire. If you're not in the business, and even if you are in the business, those are the people that we need to be looking at and trying to figure out what their secret, not of success, but just their secret of longevity. So, what can you do as a non-network marketer? Now, if you're in network marketing, you just need to get out there and get it. That's all I can tell you. So let me back up just a minute. So if you are in network marketing, the sooner you understand that there isn't a secret, there is no secret, there's no magic bullet, there's no pill that you can give people to make them, you can't dress nice enough, you can't drive the biggest car enough, you can't do nothing. The secret to network marketing is the same as the secret of owning a shoe store. You got to show up every day. You got to open your business. You got to look for people that need shoes, or whatever your product is, and you've got to convince them that you can solve their problem. Because until you convince a person that you can solve the problem that they face, you can't sell them anything. Years ago, we were in Germany with my stepdad, or my brain just went on one of those trips, and I hope it comes back. My father-in-law, and my mother-in-law. We went to see Brenda's brother, who lives in Germany. And if you've ever been to Europe, I think all European countries are basically the same. Ice is something that you're just not going to see a whole lot of. And in Germany, you know, they serve their beer warm. They drink all their drinks warm. My brother-in-law's refrigerator had an ice tray that was like this long, and it made cubes about this big. And you know, if you're a big family, you could get one or two of those. If you go to McDonald's, you actually had to ask for ice in order to get ice. But my father-in-law, in his southern wisdom, he said, boy, a guy could bring a bunch of ice makers over here and make a killing. And my brother-in-law laughed, and he said, not if they don't want ice. And see, that's one other key right there, is that what you sell has to be something that somebody wants. And it's our job as salespeople, because we are salespeople. It's our job as salespeople to solve their problem. So now let me jump back to where I was. As a non-network marketer, I want to give you some tips on how you can help somebody. Because I don't think any of us set out to damage a person's dream or to deflate their balloon. I think we all want to see people succeed, and that's all we're trying to do. It doesn't make any difference what network marketing company that you're in. All of us just want to succeed, and we want to be in it for the long haul. So these are the things that you can do. First of all, listen to them. If it's somebody, obviously in the beginning, they're going to go for their mothers, their fathers, their aunts, uncles, sisters, brothers, classmates that they haven't seen in 20 years, whatever. They're doing that primarily because obviously they think, you know me, so if you know me, you're going to get excited about this like I'm excited about this. They don't realize that you may not be excited about it and may not ever be excited about it. But listen to them, because they need experience. They need training, and they need to practice. They need to practice whatever it is they've been told to say and do. Because when they do practice that, and when they do learn how to do that, that then opens their mind up to, how do I want to do it? And then they can move forward to that. Second thing I would recommend, and this may sound a little self-serving, but buy their products. Most of us in network marketing sell a product that is good, that is useful. Amway sells some of the best products, household products, cleaners, and they sell everything. I mean, you can order cars from Amway. But they were environmentally friendly before we could even spell environmentally friendly. So what I'm saying is, and I'm not promoting their company, I'm just using them as an example. Most all of us that are in network marketing sell a product that is useful, that is high quality, and that is that can solve a problem. So rather than just right off the get-go saying, no, I don't want to hear nothing about that, give them the opportunity to tell you about it. If nothing else, just to let them practice. Because there, as I was saying in one of my other videos, there is an abundance of blessings in the world. There is, we tend to concentrate on the lack of stuff, and I refuse to do that. I focus on the fact that there's plenty for all of us. It doesn't make any difference how many people there's a piece of pie for you. But What I'm saying is buy their product, support them, because you'll get some of the best products that you have ever had. You will solve skincare problems. You will get cleaner clothes. Whatever it is, just check it out. Buy the products for them. And the other thing about that, and you buying products for them, is they need wins. They need to win, because as I will constantly repeat this, it's a tough business. So if a person can start out with wins, then they're likely to build up a little bit of a tolerance for the negative that's out there. The other thing is just keep in mind that they're new. Encourage them. Send them little notes. Say, I'm proud of you, whatever. Just don't rain on their parade. Don't deflate their balloon. If you find it necessary to do that, don't even say nothing, because they don't need it. They need your support. They need your patience, and they need your encouragement. There is, as I mentioned earlier, there are just a ton of network marketing companies. And I would venture to say that in every network marketing company, there are success stories. There are people that have made millions of dollars at it. There's people that have been able to retire their husbands or their wives, or there's people that have been able to build their dream homes or to move. A friend of ours built her business to the point that she could move to be near her grandkids, and they built their dream home, and they're living life high and large, but they did that through network marketing. So there are success stories out there. There's a lot more failures, granted, than there are success stories, because as I told you before, they get to that tipping point and they tip the wrong way and they get out of the business. So there's plenty of that to go around, but there are success stories. You, as the non-networking person, don't know whether or not it's the person you're staring in the face that's going to be one of those success stories. They might. They could, with the right encouragement and the right direction. They could be that success story, and you could play a part in that. I'm not saying for you. I'm not trying to tell you that you need to get into network marketing, because it's not for everybody. But if they decide that it's for them, help them, encourage them, buy their products, do whatever you can to keep from being the one that bursts their bubble. I made a little note here on my very last card, and yes, I am getting ready to be done, and I'm almost out of time. I don't know if you can see, well, it's going to be backwards on there, so I'll just read it to you. I wrote down on this card, we are just trying to make it. So, I tell you these things because I am very passionate about the whole network marketing profession. There are so many good things about it that outweigh any bad things that you could come up with. I can go on YouTube right now and I could Google the name of my company, and I have to sift through all the negative stuff in order to find the good things. But I can do that because I know those people that are posting all the negative stuff are the ones that hit that tipping point and went the other way. So I am very passionate, as I said. I want to see people succeed. And mine and Brenda's whole mission in life is to help people succeed. I don't care if you join my team. I don't care if you join some other person's team. And that is also a testimony to a good company. A good company people from all over the world will help you do what you need to do if you just ask them to do it. So don't rain on the newbies parade. Be supportive, buy their products, give them encouragement, be patient, because they're going to hit that tipping point at some point, and you're going to know it. Back to the analogy of the new Christian. At some point, you know, if this person keeps going to church and you keep seeing them every Sunday or every Wednesday night or whatever, and everything keeps clicking along there, you're going to see them come off of that mountaintop and just kind of come down and just level out and fly on. That's going to be the same for a person in network marketing. I'm not saying that they will always lose their enthusiasm, because hopefully they will never lose their enthusiasm. The difference is they get more mature and they get wiser and they get smarter. So bear with them until they get through that point, and not only will you have a friend for life, but I think you'll see some great things come out of your friends and neighbors and relatives. And again, I'm going to tell you, if you haven't looked at a network marketing company, don't waste any time, because they are out there, they're moving, they're doing things, and they can take you in places that you can't even imagine. And I've added this slogan many times. I'm going to add it again now. Information is free. It doesn't cost you a dime, just a little bit of time to sit and listen. But missed opportunities are costly. So don't miss an opportunity. Listen, support them, help them succeed. You'll be proud of yourself, they'll be thankful to you, and the world will be a better place, because we'll all live happily ever after. I believe that. That's not pie in the sky for me. I believe that. There's a time coming, regardless of what you believe. Anyway, thank you for coming and spending this 30 minutes with me. I hope it's not a boring 30 minutes for you. I just am tickled to death to see everybody that got on tonight. Patricia, I do see you down there, and I'm glad you got on. So tomorrow I will have another blog post. Had one yesterday. You didn't read it, did you? I'm going to have to get Mama after you. Go on kenandbrenda.com. Go to the menu, select blog, go on there, and you can read all the blogs, a lot of the blogs. You can't read all of them because I don't have all of the things that I've written posted as yet, but you'll see the new ones. I'm going to post another one tomorrow. And also, because of this week being election week here in Tennessee, and I'm trying to help a very dear friend of mine get elected, I'm going to be working the polls Thursday. So I was thinking that instead of doing a Facebook Live Thursday night, I may try and do it Friday night. But if I don't make either of those, please don't be mad at me. Just come back and tune in next Tuesday. But I will do my best to get back on Friday evening. I'll give you plenty of reminders about it, and I'd love to have you tune in. So thanks again for being with me, and go forth and conquer. See ya.